Hey, good morning and welcome to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. With me, as always, is TK Dandridge. But today, you got to help us welcome a special new guest. We have with us knower of ball and co-host of the Jersey Chasers podcast right here on the Inside Edge Network, Autumn Chisholm. Autumn, thanks for being with us today. We appreciate you.
Oh, it's no problem, guys.
How are you doing?
Doing good. We had a show last night, so had to rebound this morning. I also shoveled the driveway last night, so it's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a day. We got about a foot, I think, of new snow. I'm not sure if that's drifted snow or just, I don't really know. It's just we're buried. We're absolutely buried out in my house. I tried to unbury my car. I was going to make a run this morning. I gave up. I was like, you know what? Forget it. It's over. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to leave it in the driveway for a couple of days, get the snowblower out later and mess with it then. Yeah, but for now, we unfortunately we have to talk about the Browns today. Guys, I'm sorry. We got to talk about the Browns. They're going to play an NFL tackle football game. They're playing some team called the Chicago Bears. I think both squads have uniforms and everything, so it seems kind of official. I don't know. The Bears are doing much better than the Browns are. So I don't want to pull the Bears into that mess, but the Browns, it's a mess, TK. It's a mess, Autumn. Coming off a loss to the 1-11 Tennessee Titans. We can talk about some questionable play calling, and we can talk about all kinds of things. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, we just want to lead off, and I'm trying to use the wrong mouse because I'm running the show off a laptop today. I've got 15 different screens in front of me. The only thing I really know is that my water is my water. I can drink out of this, and I'm going to hit the wrong buttons on everything else today. So, like I said, welcome to the Inside Edge Network. This is the Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. We're brought to you by LPV Productions. And before we get going, Autumn, you guys talked about it last night on Jersey Chasers, and you've been talking about it. Before we get into the NFL stuff, we have to talk about college football. And unfortunately, it's not bowl games. It's not Notre Dame opting out of the whatever. It's not the playoffs that we're talking about. A huge story this week. Everybody knows it. I mean, listen, if you're in Ohio State, Michigan, if you're just a college football casual fan, you know by now the Sharon Moore situation at Michigan. Fired earlier in the week, and then obviously there was a huge downfall that we just, quite frankly, haven't seen before. I mean, this is unprecedented. As far as just the twists and turns that this whole saga has taken have been, I don't know, I mean, alarming from a mental health standpoint. And forget the Ohio State Michigan stuff. I mean, you can sports hate a team. I think it's a little ridiculous to sit here and root for a person's downfall like this. I mean, obviously decisions were made. Better decisions could have been made. I mean, if you're being really honest about it. But here we are. I mean, Sharon Moore is now, still currently in jail. It was arraigned this week on a few different charges. It's just this whole situation has just escalated so quickly. Autumn, I'm going to get your take first because, like I said, you guys are coming fresh off of covering this pretty extensively.
Yeah.
First of all, kind of where are we and where do we go from here?
So where we are is that he actually did post. I think he posted a bond of 28,000.
Okay.
So he is out of jail, and he immediately decided to message OnlyFans models once he got out of jail. So that's kind of where we're at with the situation. A lot of reports have come out about how it was even found out. Apparently, it was a open secret on campus that these two were involved with each other. And apparently he was very erratic the whole week leading up to it. He was having outbursts. They were having coaches only meetings without him. Of course, they're preparing for a bowl game, so he was in the building. But apparently the university gave him an option. Either she could quit and he would still get fired, or it was essentially either she quit or he fired her. He decided to fire her. She decided, let me go to the outside arbiter, because again, the university decided to do an investigation. They both lied to the university. The university then brought in a lawyer. So she goes to the lawyer, gives him all the evidence he needs, and that's when Sharon Moore was fired on Wednesday with cause, without security, without HR there. It's just been a developing case, and it seems like he is not learning anything from this.
Yeah, no, not if he's messaging OnlyFans models the minute he gets out of jail. I mean, that seems like you would think that. Let's be honest, this is rock bottom, right? I mean, this is as bad as it gets. You would think that hitting rock bottom here would really kind of send the message and maybe hammer that home a little bit. And if he were going to change his ways, now would be the time. But it doesn't look good, does it, TK?
No, this looks absolutely awful. This is the absolute epitome of cuck behavior and not being able to be responsible for your own actions. This is a man that looks to be very disturbed, very easily manipulated. We never let pleasure get in the way of business, especially when you are a coach at pristine university, such as the University of Michigan. Not to mention, hate to bring up the race card, but he is the first black head coach in University of Michigan history. And now he's pissed all that down the sewer, obviously being very irrational, being irresponsible. You got a wife and 3 children. This is right before Christmas and everything is coming out. Definitely feel terrible for his wife and children, as do I for the University of Michigan fan base. Hold your horses. Kenny Dillingham is not going to be the new head coach of the Michigan Wolverines just yet. He's already addressed the rumors. This is not set in stone just yet. We were ready to jump the gun just about a minute ago until I found that out. But yeah, this whole thing is an absolute mess. Sharon Moore is indeed a cuck and definitely needs to seek help. Definitely needs therapy of some sort while he's behind those prison bars. Regarding how long. This is just the best. Completely irresponsible. I can't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, as you look at this situation, is this something that I don't know. I mean, do you expect him to end up with jail time for this, or is this like a probation situation? I mean, it's hard. These are some pretty serious charges. I mean, you've read some of the details. I mean, Autumn, you guys have gone over them on your show, and I'll start with you. Do you think that? Do you really think he ends up spending time in jail for this? I mean, is this a
No,
pay
I
a
think
fine
he'll
and go to therapy and do? I don't know. Where are we at?
I think he'll get probation. I think he probably will get at least probably 2 years probation. He'll probably get time served, and then he'll have to do, like, domestic violence courses or community service, because that's usually what happens. But I wanna bring up the fact that he's not even the only one within his department that has done crazy things, but I think with Michigan and all the things that are happening, they have to fire Ward Manuel. This is the 4th coach under his AD like reign that has gotten into a scandal. He's had his hockey coach get into a scandal, basketball coach, and now 2 head coaches in the football program. And he is kind of the common denominator. So there are reports out there that the school is kind of investigating him now to see what's going on. Like, why is he allowing things to happen? And of course, they also had a similar scandal that Ohio State had with a doctor who was sexually assaulting patients, and specifically student athletes. And he kind of was flipping about that. It's a lot that's going on, but at the end of the day, I don't think he's gonna get jail time. I don't think he's gonna get a felony charge. I think they're gonna plead it down to a misdemeanor. He's gonna be given a restraining order against the staffer. He's
Mhm.
gonna get probation, and then he's gonna get like some community service, and he'll be coaching high school football in like the next 2 years.
And that's terrifying. I mean, for someone who can't seem to control themselves in a certain way. I mean, I don't know if we want to see that or not. I hope that he gets the help that he needs and turns his life around. But right now, yeah, I mean, ex-Michigan head coach Jerome Moore in a tough spot. TK, what's your gut feeling on this? You kind of agree with Autumn? I mean, it's just sort of like probation, community service, slap on the wrist. Okay, don't do that again kind of thing.
More than likely, this will be the end result, but I do think they're going to take a lot of consideration into the fact that he broke into an entering with a weapon. Now, whether or not that weapon is licensed or not, we do not know that yet. However, the breaking and entering part is still very huge. I do think that results in most states between 1 to 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So he may not get off all peaches and cream, but at the same time, he won't rot there if he does go to jail. So that's just something to think about. Obviously, threatening to do harm to others. We talked about the weapon already. Talked about the unprofessional relationships that he had on campus, this, that, and the other. So yeah, they're gonna take into consideration a lot of things, but I do think those key points are going to be whether or not Moore ends up in jail or not. But if he does, it won't be long.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I just obviously decisions were made, and better decisions could have been made, but you feel for the victims in the case, his family. They're going to be going through it. It's almost Christmas time. We talked about it. We're just 10 or 11 days out from Christmas here, and that's it's just a rough thing to have happen this time of year. But whatever. Like I said, we'll move on. We'll get into the NFL stuff a little bit. We'll talk about the Browns. We just you hope for the best, right? I don't know what else to say. It's hard to close the situation. It's hard to close the book on a chapter like this. There's going to be more. We're going to find out more. And as more comes out, we'll probably talk about it here, either, on TK and I. We'll talk about it on Legal Formation. Autumn and you and Christy will talk about it on Jersey Chasers. So don't miss that. I mean, if you want to keep up with the situation, stay right here on the Inside Edge Network, right? We'll have all that stuff for you. Where are we at? Listen, guys, today could be kind of the future, right? As far as the NFL goes. Guys like Shedeur Sanders, guys like Caleb Williams, they're super fun to watch. It's exciting. I told you guys earlier, just before the show, one of my favorite things about watching football is kind of watching how quarterbacks develop, or in the case of the Browns, how they sometimes mostly don't develop. It can be puzzling at times, but here we are. So listen, there's been a lot that's been said about whether or not the Browns are handling Shedeur Sanders the right way. And you can have your opinions on that. I think it's been it's looked a little funky, right? From the outside looking in. There have been some concerns and some real questions. And I don't think development even necessarily means just, like teaching him to play quarterback the Browns way. Because honestly, what the hell even is that? Like, that's not a thing. So when I say development, I mean like actually developing and giving him the tools, right? 3 interior offensive linemen in the offseason. Hi, Bears. Wide receivers in the offseason. Hi, Bears. Drafting well. Rome Odunze. Hi, Bears. See, the Bears have been well, and we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll get to how the Bears are actually building a franchise and the Browns are doing whatever they're doing. But I mean, do you guys feel like, and I want to start with our guest who's covering for Ryan Mosser, who, by the way, had his 3rd son this week. Well, he didn't have his 3rd son. That would be a medical miracle. But he was a part of that. Let's be honest. His wife did all the work. That's how it works, right? Like, your wife does all the work and you take the credit. That's ridiculous. But yeah, congratulations to Ryan. So we wanted to say that first of all. I don't know. Autumn, is this like the future to you? Are you excited about the possibility of matchups like this being the future? I mean, we've got so many young new quarterbacks. Cam Ward in Tennessee, we saw him last week. Just so many guys that for some reason names are escaping me right now. So I'm just going to ask you, are you excited about this? I mean, could this be a thing? Caleb Williams versus Shedeur Sanders? I don't know. Super Bowl matchups. You never know. I mean, Sanders might not even end up in Cleveland. But does this excite you in any way, or is just like, whatever, 2 young quarterbacks, blah?
Honestly, ironically enough, we've talked about this on the show about the Browns' lack of development with quarterbacks. We kind of mentioned that, ironically enough, me and Christy both were like, hey, sit Shedeur for this season, let him learn, kind of give him like the Patrick Mahomes, he sat for a year and then he was ready. But I think over the last few weeks, seeing him play and then seeing Caleb Williams kind of come from this like marvel at USC to now, I think they both are the future. I think the Browns just have to not mess it up. I think if they kind of get Shedeur with the right pieces, get him with a better offensive line, that is the first thing they have to address, is that offensive line. They cannot not address that. and then get him some reliable pass catchers, then I think we will see him hit another stride, because right now he's already doing pretty well. He's only been with the first string starters for a couple weeks, especially now knowing that he was still practicing with third stringers just after his first couple starts. I think that if the Browns actually sit down this season and say, okay, he's our future going forward, this is what we need, this is what we're going to do, I think we could really see like a true QB come out in Shador. And then with Caleb Williams, all he needed was trust in that franchise with the Bears. Yep. That's all he needed, because we've seen over the last couple seasons they haven't really trusted him. He's been up and down, but all they really needed to do was trust him. And we've seen now with them having a winning record, with them going to the playoffs possibly, that all you have to do is trust your quarterback and you'll be fine. And I think the Browns just need to learn from that, just to trust your quarterback.
Well, it's crazy, and I'm looking at the NFC playoff picture, as you mentioned it. The Bears are 9-4, but they're still on the bubble, right? I mean, they're in that last wild card spot right now. If the season ended today, they would just barely get in. But I think the important thing is, I mean, everybody expected the Lions to take another step forward, and here the Bears are instantly. I mean, and I think this is a great example of how the NFL works outside of Cleveland. You can really turn a franchise around in a season or two. There's parity everywhere outside of Cleveland. Well, don't get me wrong. The Browns turned their franchise around, right? They had Baker Mayfield. They went to the playoffs, almost beat the Chiefs, got to the AFC Championship game, and then they turned it around in 2 seasons. And now we're going through 3-13 and 3-14 seasons where, like it's nothing. Like they're snacks on a Sunday afternoon. So that's another example of what the Browns do really, really well. TK, how do you feel about this? I mean, like you said, the Bears kind of put pieces in front of and around Caleb Williams. And now here are the Browns. They're at a transitional phase, right? Kind of like I'm at a transitional phase with all my technology that I have going on, trying to bring the show to you. But maybe more important, I think, for the Browns, they're in a weird spot where they have to decide in the next 4 games whether or not Shador Sanders is the guy, right? He certainly looks like, he's shown flashes of things slowing down for him. I thought a lot of the plays he made last week in that Titans game, especially like the scramble, and it's I know it's only 7 yards and it's the Titans, but him having the feel to get out of the pocket, not backwards, right? We both of our shows. He likes to run backwards out of the pocket, and no, you can't do that in the NFL. And there's too many athletes. You've got to step up into the pocket and either make a throw or make a decision and get downfield with your feet. And I thought that was like a good, quick decision. It just shows that things are slowing down for him. TK, do you get that impression from him at all, that he's kind of starting to like feel it a little more?
I absolutely do, and it's starting to come at the right time. You think these final 4 weeks of the NFL season are going to play a big part on whether or not he's on the roster for 2026. To hell with being the week 1 starter or heading into OTAs or anything like that. We still need to figure out his spot on this roster and what exactly we need to do come April. I do think the young man is capable of leading an NFL offense. He definitely showed that against the Tennessee Titans. You think every week that he's been in, he has gotten better. Do I think Caleb Williams and Shador Sanders are the future? I am definitely certain with Caleb Williams, as he was phenomenal as a rookie. Granted, the Bears only went 5-12, and he's putting up solid statistics yet again that actually mattered this year for the currently 9-4 Chicago Bears. What I would love to see from Shador is just more continued progress. Today's going to be a bit of a hellstorm. You got 9-degree temperature, I think, out in Chicago with a -20 wind chill. Winds up to 25 to 30 miles an hour.
That's Soldier Field weather, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, those young brothers are going to be frozen popsicles by the time that game is over. I hope that Shador is willing to handle that. I definitely think he can. He has played in some adverse conditions while being in Boulder, Colorado, albeit not like this, but I do think he should be able to handle it. And you want more than anything for him to just show tangible signs of not only progress, but you want it to be authoritative. You want it to be persuasive. You want it to continue to be confident. regardless of the tone of it, it's like, listen, Shador has a command of this offense. He knows what to do with the football. Let's fix this offensive line. Let's get some high-end talent. We're not going to be swinging for the fences in free agency. Not very many people want to come here, and for good reason. We screw a lot of shit up.
There's a precedent. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So the best way to get this high-end talent that we need, you guys have got to be ready to do some things in the draft that you have not done in a long time.
Well, TK, I don't know. I mean, listen, real quick, Raul Havana 5448 disagrees with you. He says Shador. Interesting. Is going to have the fastest backwards 40 in the NFL today. So he's going to be running for his life for the Bears. Raul. So I don't know, man. Raul, we appreciate you watching, man. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's all kinds of quarterback stuff going on. It's hard to develop. It's really hard to look at a quarterback and try to predict the future. So many people, so many franchises have been wrong. But I mean, let's be honest, guys. No one has been wrong more than the Browns. Whether it's the quarterback they selected or the way they handled the quarterback once they have him on the roster, or the things that they give up in a trade for the quarterback, Deshaun Watson. I mean, historical contracts, historical trades, historically bad drafts, reaching for a guy in the third round that, I think for most people around the league had a late 6th or 7th round draft grade, if not an undrafted free agent. And you take him in the third round and you make that guy your starter. I mean, no offense to Dylan Gabriel. This isn't, you can't put that on him, right? I mean, you got to make the best of the situation. The Browns put him in the situation they took him. He's got to, you don't refuse the playing time, right? When you're named a starter, you don't say, hey, no thanks. I'll sit this out. Let's see what Shador has. You don't do that. So no one's blaming Dylan Gabriel, but I mean, that was a wild selection. I don't know. It's whatever. It's the Browns. Welcome to being a Browns fan. That's where we are.
Yeah, the Dylan Gabriel of it all still confuses me. He should not have been the starter at all. And then the whole drama with his fiance. I'm going to say the narrative around Dylan Gabriel right now is really bad. It is not good, especially on social media. It is bad. Like, him being the starter was kind of like the downfall of the season.
Yes. And listen, Raul, this is like a comment close to my heart. This is one of the funniest Browns moments since they've come back. Raul says, is Whedon still under the flag? Yes, Raul. Legend says that Brandon Whedon never actually – what came out from under that flag was a clone of Brandon Whedon. Not the Brandon Whedon we saw on Sports Science knocking clay pigeons out of the air with footballs. That's not the Brandon Whedon we got. So listen, that Brandon Whedon went under that flag and a different Brandon Whedon came out. So yes, Raul Havana, the original Brandon Whedon still is under the flag somewhere. It's like Stranger Things in the upside down. We don't know what's going on. It's crazy.
We should have known then and there it wasn't going to work after that, because he went on to throw 4 interceptions that day in a 1-point loss. Yep. We should have known we screwed up.
Yeah,
they should have known when he was a 32-year-old rookie.
That too. That was
32 years old and a rookie.
Yeah, that was rough. Well, listen. Speaking of quarterbacks and speaking of the future and speaking of maybe some older quarterbacks, we got to get to this, guys. What's up with the Colts? Because, man, they've summoned Philip Old Man Rivers to lead their offense in Daniel Jones' absence. And TK, you and I and Brian, we talked about it on the show. Playing with a broken fibula we thought was a bad idea. You let the thing heal up or whatever a little bit. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. We could have probably taken a few weeks off. Now he's done for who knows how long, probably most of next season as well, because he tore his Achilles. And you have to think that it has something to do with some of the lack of structure, I should say the lack of structural integrity. The structure, so he didn't lose his leg, but the lack of integrity in that leg with that broken fibula, that probably, whatever. I'm sure it contributed to that a little bit. And Raul says, sign Josh Gordon, he'll let it up. Seriously, he'll let it up in a couple of different ways. And by the way, that's not even a big deal now. Like, his whole career, man, Raul just bringing up the pain today. This is a real Browns fan, though. This is a real Browns fan. Raul Havana, we appreciate you, man. You're one of us, so we appreciate having you on the show today. I don't know. Listen, should the Colts have looked in Cam Newton's direction? I mean, Cam certainly seems to think so. TK, I'm gonna start with you this time on this one. I mean, what do you think the Colts should have done? Can Phillip Rivers even compete at the NFL level? He hasn't played since 2020, 2019. I don't even know when was the last time he played. 2021 was the last time he played in the NFL. Cam Newton, a little bit younger, had some shoulder issues, but obviously we know what Cam Newton can do physically. I mean, we know that he probably keeps himself in shape. I mean, Phillip Rivers pretty much admitted in a press conference last week that he's not in shape. He's not in the greatest shape right now. I don't know. Did the Colts make a mistake here? Should they have signed Cam Newton, or you think they're okay with Phillip Rivers, or what should they have done, TK?
Listen, I am one of the biggest fans of Cameron Jarrell Newton that you could possibly find. But at this point in time, I think we know exactly what it is that we're going to get with Cameron. That shoulder is done. That shoulder is absolutely finished. We knew that briefly after the 2018 season. I remember watching very closely a game that we played the Carolina Panthers here. We ended up winning by 4 points. He didn't play terribly, but you could see that the same Cam Newton that we had grown accustomed to, definitely not there anymore. That arm is not as strong as it used to be. The zip isn't there. I don't think that.
Raul says he wanted a break from his 10 kids, man. Come on, TK. What about it? Doesn't matter.
No, I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that. I think they're pregnant with number 11. I think that dough might be run a little bit low. Not to mention their first kid has a kid of her own. So
yeah, he's gonna start working on his jumper, trying to get one of those 10-day contracts. Give me something. Sign me the NBA, man. If you can shoot a three, they'll sign you. They'll put anybody on a team. All right, go ahead.
Most definitely. But I definitely think this was a familiarity move. Phillips' last stop in the NFL was in Indianapolis. They went 11-5, played a playoff game. Shane Steichen was a longtime coordinator with the Los Angeles Chargers while Phillip Rivers was there. So I definitely think this playbook is going to be very easy for him to slide into and figure things out. He is starting today against the Seahawks. Granted, yes, the age does scare me. I do understand that Cameron is 36. He will be 37 on May 11th. Phillip at 44. It is frightening, but we have seen players play the quarterback position at this age. Granted, not us personally. Maybe none of us have seen George Blanda. But at the same time, Tom Brady most recently, obviously winning a Super Bowl in 2021. And we can't forget Vinny Testaverde, who was the oldest starting quarterback in NFL history in a win against the Cardinals back in 2007. He was 44 years of age as well. So if anything, the game comes simple to Phillip Rivers. They should be fine. I'm not expecting Phillip to light the world on fire. I do expect a solid performance, though, however, against a very good Seattle Seahawks defense. I don't think Phil is going to go into this game trying to press his luck. He understands that it's not 2020 anymore, and even then he wasn't pulling the trigger that recklessly. I remember he only had 11 interceptions that year. So, yeah, I'm not expecting Phil to do anything crazy, but at the same time, I do expect him to come in and to keep the Colts relevant and competitive, and they may very well end up winning out in that AFC South. You got to see what the Texans and Jaguars do. This is very easily probably the best division in football. Very easily, probably. I sound foolish, but yeah, you guys get what I'm trying to say.
Okay, we're used to you sounding foolish. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Minus the Tennessee Titans, but they'll get
every time we pick the Browns to win, we sound foolish. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
It is what it is. So listen, here's my thing. He's going to have to beat either the Seahawks or the 49ers, and that could set up a huge showdown at the end of the season, right? With the Texans, that could be a playoff spot on the line. Could be really exciting if he doesn't break his hip first, right? I'm 46 years old. Okay, he's 44. I'm 46. I wake up every morning and literally everything hurts. I mean, my eyelids are sore somehow. I guess I blink too much at 46. I have no idea. Every literal thing hurts. I hit the ground, things start cracking. Like sometimes my knee will just give out. I don't fall down. But listen, I don't need to take NFL contact at 46 years old. He's a little younger than me, granted, but I don't remember feeling that much better at 44 either. So I don't know, Autumn. I mean, what do you think? Does Phillip Rivers can he beat the Seahawks or the 49ers in the next couple of weeks? Can he set up the showdown, or does he literally break? I know we don't want him to break his hip. I don't want to speak that into existence. What do you expect from Phillip Rivers? I mean, is this going to be worth watching, or are the Colts in trouble?
Honestly, the Colts could have brought Ben Roethlisberger out of retirement. They could have brought anybody out of retirement. Phillip Rivers is a choice. We have seen quarterbacks come out of retirement. Famously, of course, Joe Flacco. He literally was at home, and the Browns called him, and he wins NFL Comeback Player of the Year over a guy who died on the field. Like, it's happened before. But I was looking at the available quarterbacks in free agency right now, and unfortunately, I understand why they chose Phillip Rivers. They had to choose between. I'm bringing up the list. Nate Suffield, Taylor Heinicke, Clayton Tune, Dorian Thompson Robinson, Tim Boyle, Bryce Perkins, Logan Woodside, and Desmond Ritter. Those are the available quarterbacks.
That sounds like the list of Browns starting quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and only one of these people on the list could I see actually like getting the Colts to a decent level in the playoffs, and that's Taylor Heinicke, because he literally got the Commanders to pretty much an AFC championship game, just doing little to nothing. So I don't understand the Colts reasoning. Daniel Jones going down. Somehow Daniel Jones like came all the way back this year, completely changed everybody's opinion about him. And now they're in a position where it's like, oh, we don't know what to do. And I'm just also thinking they must hate Anthony Richardson so much to bring Phillip Rivers in. You don't even trust him that much to be like, you know what? You've been on the team. Take the reins. They hate him that much.
And I hadn't even gotten to asking about him yet. He's looking around like,
why not me? Why are you bringing this guy who was coaching high school football? He was coaching high school football.
Right.
And who hasn't played a game in almost 4 years. And that's just, to me, that's nuts. And look, I actually like the way the Colts are being ran right now. It's being ran by Carly Earsay.
Yeah.
She is a beast, but I don't get this move at all. I want to say that I have hope in Phillip Rivers, but I also saw his NFL career, and I know that when it comes to a big game, he will crash and burn.
He's a gunslinger, right? If he goes back to that mentality, they're going to be in trouble today, because I don't think he knows the offense quite like that. Yes, Carly Earsay is an absolute vibe. We've talked about it on the show before. It's fun to see. It's really cool to see. And maybe Raul Havana with my favorite comment so far, Holmgren sitting at Navy Pier, eating the game plan and wiping his mouth with playoff tickets. So listen, don't talk to him when you want playoff tickets, because he's going to have all that food all over them, but he wiped his mouth with it. So don't that's why he said don't talk to him about playoff tickets.
I remember that goofy press conference like it was yesterday.
I remember it too.
Just the Browns and just their failures. It's just, honestly, it's so funny, but it's not funny, but it's really funny.
Well, it's pure theater, right? It's like the classic, like, you know, it's like the two faces, right? It's like the comedy, the tragedy. I mean, this is the Browns. I mean, this is what it's like rooting for the Browns. It's absolute theater. It's never going to change. Oh, boy. And speaking of the Browns, I mean, I guess whatever. We'll see what Phillip Rivers does. I have no idea how that's going to play out, but we'll see it. I mean, we'll see it. We'll go around the NFL. We'll make our picks about it a little bit later. But speaking of the Browns, well, that's not the right slide. That slide didn't get in there. Whatever. I tried to ask you guys. Here it is. Yeah, it's going to be a technology day, guys. Are the Browns even trying to win? Or are they just tanking without saying it? I mean, I'm putting up the wrong graphics. I'm tanking without saying it. Are the Browns? We saw last week, right? You watch the Titans game. They're down a couple of scores late, and you think like, okay, well, the Browns can't come back. They don't have that type of offense, right? Well, Shador leads them back. They score a touchdown. And listen, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't watching, like sitting in front of my TV watching. I was at a birthday party. I had my son at a birthday party. He was at his friend's birthday party. So I'm kind of like looking at the TV and looking at my phone. And I look down and they scored the touchdown. And it's like still at 6 points. And there's nothing mentioned about any extra point or a missed extra point. It was just stuck, you know, at that 6 points that they had scored. And I'm like, okay, what happened? And so I'm trying to refresh. So I go to Twitter, because Twitter never, you know, that's where you go for breaking news. And everyone's talking about the 2-point conversion and the fail. And I'm like, why did they go for 2? Listen, why would you score down 14, bring yourself to down 8 late in the game with a chance to just kick an extra point and go down by a touchdown and another extra point? Why in the world would you go for 2 there? Autumn, did that make any sense to you? I mean, what was and Kevin Stefanski told us that's his call. He makes all the calls. Tommy Rees calls the plays, but he has the final veto. So Kevin Stefanski not hiding from the responsibility, maybe he's trying to get himself fired. I have no idea. Why would you do that? Why did they go for 2? What were they thinking?
I unfortunately think they are trying to win. I don't think they're tanking. I think everything they do is them trying to win.
Oh my!
And I think that Kevin Stefanski, as much as I think it will go down as one of the most successful Browns head coaches, getting them back to the playoffs and everything. I think he's hit a plateau. He's fully hit a plateau. I don't think he has the control of the locker room. We've seen it, especially with, again, comments being made on social media through a significant other, the Jerry Jeudy incident. I unfortunately think the Browns are still trying to win. I think they go out every week and saying, we are good enough to win. And I think they make decisions in game that they're like, okay, they're just rushing. They're like, we need a 2-point conversion. It's right here, right here. Instead of, I don't know, setting yourself up for a field goal to win at the end. But that wouldn't be a smart play, right? That would be like a
yeah, you want to make it as hard as possible. Yeah.
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 But you see the time on the clock and you're like, okay, should I throw this 2-point conversion or should I set myself up to where I can get the ball back? And I'm playing the worst team in the NFL, by the way.
And by the way, also, let's take our quarterback out, who's brought us back to this point, who's moving the ball, who's doing something. Let's take him out of the game too. Let's get him out of the game. We'll make that decision as well.
It was just like one thing after the other where I'm like, I know it looks like tanking, but I genuinely think they're trying to win. And I just don't think that they are understanding. I think the game is passing them by. I think they're trying to win in very rudimentary, very like old ways that you're like, why are you doing this at the end of the game? Because taking your quarterback out is crazy. Throwing a 2-point conversion, even crazier. Not setting yourself up to win at the end of the game at home when you have all the momentum against the worst team in the NFL. It's just even crazier. I think they're trying to win. I don't think they're tanking. I think they're unfortunately, Kevin Stefanski is just really bad at calling plays at the end of games.
Yeah. Autumn, that makes me sad that you really think they're trying to win because that makes it worse. That makes it worse, right?
Unfortunately, because I can see them trying. It's different if they wouldn't try. Okay. If they didn't try, then I say, oh yeah, they're tanking. Because we all saw that 2016 season. We all saw that 0-17 season. They weren't trying. They were not trying.
My goodness.
They're actually trying.
Well, TK, what do you think? Is Ray Farmer texting Tommy Rees and Kevin the plays? I mean, is he still up in the stands? Does he have any of those contact information anymore? And listen, by the way, you mentioned Autumn brought up a great point about Kevin Stefanski hitting a plateau. A Kevin Stefanski plateau Mike Tomlin plateau, right? Like the Mike Tomlin plateau is like 9-10 wins, playoffs, losing the first round. It drives the Steelers fans crazy. And we're over here just like, what are the playoffs? Like, what is that like? You guys are mad about the playoffs? I don't know, TK. What do you think? I mean, are the Browns trying to win? Is it the players trying really hard and the coaches counterintuitive? They're trying to tank because the Jimmy Haslam's telling them to tank. It's a mess. What's going on?
I think it's a typical disconnect between players and the front office and coaching staff that we have seen here for the better part of 27 years. Listen, that 2-point attempt, the very first one, was a blatant take attempt by Kevin Stefanski. That made absolutely no damn sense. Your quarterback has gotten you back into the game. You guys have scored a touchdown. Yeah. Your kicker, your young kicker who has reinvented himself since absolutely shitting the bed in week 1, was not called upon to take the extra point, which I thought was very dopey, considering that this offensive unit as a whole is beyond dopey as hell. And then you manage somehow to get a second touchdown A beautiful touchdown toss to Harold Fannin Jr. in the left corner of the end zone. And then you try to run this schoolyard hickory dickory dock horse shit. I just the play could have worked. I watched the play over and over again. If Quinshawn just makes the toss, Larvidan has either edge on the left side. He could take that edge around the block.
Yeah, the block was there. Yeah.
Right, around the block that was made, or he could have sliced between that and still got there probably quicker. That probably would have been the better decision. Quinshawn says, to hell with this toss. I'm going to try to bring out some of my Ole Miss Ohio State magic. And once that didn't work, oh shit, I'm an idiot. Let me throw this back to the left side and do something even more stupid than what I just did.
Just get rid of it. Yeah, maybe they'll figure I had it.
Yeah, that's probably the dumbest thing that he's done all season. But yeah, again, this comes back to your head coach putting your players in situations. Very, very blatant tank effort by Kevin Stefanski. I think he knows himself that he has lost his touch. Granted, you were able to win Coach of the Year, playing 14 quarterbacks and winning in a crappy city such as Cleveland, Ohio. Your touch is gone, sir. You have gone 6-87 in the last 93 games. You are absolutely garbage when it comes to pressure situations. Your clock management still ain't a damn thing to be concerned or to be impressed by. It's definitely something to be concerned by. So I think his last parting gift, let me give these sorry SOBs a good pick so they can start the refoundation without my sorry ass getting in the way of things. And you guys can go ahead from there, and I can forget that this ever happened.
Well, listen, you know what? I feel like we already know what's going to happen. Like you say he's lost his touch. The Browns will fire him. Whatever, they'll part ways, or mutually part ways, or something crazy will happen. He'll go to the Giants, and immediately the Giants go 14-3 next year, and we go, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, is it us? Like, is it? I have no idea. Is it us? We have no idea.
I don't think it's us. I think honestly think wherever I don't think he's going to be the head coach after the end of the season. I genuinely believe that. I think he has shown over the last month that he cannot be the head coach, especially again with all the news and drama coming out of that locker room. He cannot be head coach. I think wherever he does go, though, I think he's going to be an assistant, and then he's going to be a head coach, and he's going to do the same process over again. Yeah, his plateau is what, year 6, year 7?
Yeah.
Kind of like a lot of coaches. Mike Tomlin is just an anomaly. Unfortunately, I do have Steelers fans in my family.
Yeah.
They are not as frustrated with him. It's just the offense. Their offense is bad too, but he just finds a way. He just knows. They just believe in him. He finds a way.
Yeah, I really like Mike Tomlin. I really do. Man, if he would consider coaching here, I would take him in a minute. I mean, I had no hesitation. I don't care that he's led the Steelers. And by the way, it's wild that the Steelers have had 3 head coaches since the late 60s. That's insane to me. That just makes no sense. And by the way, Raul says, man, Miles and Shore just finally doing 140 on the way to the stadium. They're driving the team bus today. So, hey, and also he says, like, good show, man. Listen, Raul, we appreciate you, man. Like I said, we always appreciate you. You're clearly one of us. I can see the Browns history coming out in your comments, man. You're one of us. We appreciate you having on the show, man. I really appreciate that. But listen, stay tuned, guys, because we're going to take a quick 2-minute break here on the Inside Edge Network. And when we come back, we're going to grab the snacks. We're going to gas up the car because TK, you ready for this? You ready? We're going around the NFL. We're taking a road trip around the NFL. Ryan Monster's not with us. We got Autumn in the back seat today. That's okay. She's going to ride around. She's going to tell us what city to go to. She's going to help us because we get lost, TK. We lose our way a lot. I don't know how that graphic ended up not being a full screen. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like I said, technology is escaping me today. Autumn's going to help you with that during the break. We're lost here on the Inside Edge Network. No, we're not lost. We're going to be right back. I'm trying to find the break for you, but my computer's not scrolling. Quick 2 minutes, guys, on the Inside Edge Network. We'll be right back. Hang on with us. Like I said, when we get back, we're going to go around the NFL, and then we'll get to some, breaking down some of the keys to victory in this game today. Mostly for the Bears. So keys to the Browns not embarrassing themselves. Whatever. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Inside Edge Network. Thanks, guys. Thanks. All right, guys, welcome back to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. I just took a minute to go take a walk and get some fresh air out of I'm got plenty of fresh air in the studio, but I just wanted to look outside, really, and it's really snowing again. It's not stopping. So taking the time to unbury my car this morning looks like a little bit of a losing battle. I guess I'll get into the driveway a little bit later. Autumn, you said you shoveled some snow last night. I know you're probably sore. I shoveled a little bit of snow, just trying to clear the sidewalk, and I'm sore. But then again, I'm 36, so maybe not NFL quarterback material for me if I'm sore from shoveling snow. It's embarrassing to admit. Whatever. Here we are. All right, TK. Autumn, you guys ready?
Yes.
Car is gassed up. We're gonna take a quick road trip around the NFL. I gotta work on that graphic. How did it get small? I don't understand what happened. Anyway, join us as we go around the NFL. If you guys want to make your picks along with us, we would love to hear what you think about all these matchups. We're going to get right into it. And I actually used the right mouse this time because I'm on my PC for this. I've got limited internet connection over here. It's not great. It's all going downhill, guys. I'm like, my technology situation is Kevin Stefanski. It's plateaued over here. We're at a plateau, and it's not the 10-7 Mike Tomlin getting into the playoffs plateau either. We'll tell you that right now. Okay, well, first of all, we got Mike, Blunt Force, Trauma, Pettin, line 1. Can we get Pettin on line 1? Mike Pettin? Anybody? No, we hung up on him. That's okay. He's gone.
Mike Pettin.
Man, Mike Pettin
was decent.
Had some things going on. Yeah, Mike Pettin had some things going on. So let's go around the NFL. I want to start in the division with this matchup. We've got the Ravens at the Bengals today. Baltimore is a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been a weird team. There have been ups, there have been downs. Joe Burrow's back; he's going to play. We don't know if he's having fun. We have no idea. That's important, right? You got to be having fun out there, else you don't really want to play anymore. So let me just ask you guys today: forget the game, TK. Forget the score. Forget the predictions. Ravens Bengals. Is Joe Burrow going to have fun? No, I'm kidding. Give me your pick. How do you feel about this one?
I'm a little bit torn in between the two. I definitely think the Bengals were on the way to righting the wrongs of an early season gone mad. I definitely think they were happy to have Joe Burrow back. The loss to Buffalo definitely stings a little bit. But I think Baltimore has some demons of their own that they need to exercise, especially after a bad loss at home to Pittsburgh. So I definitely think Baltimore comes out of this one. It should be a close game. Very well could be another shootout, another 38-35 type of game. Would not surprise me at all, especially with how both of these defenses have struggled this year, especially Cincinnati. But I do think this will be a dog fight, a very close-knit game, and I expect Baltimore to come out with it slightly. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, listen, I mean, the AFC North is – I don't know the words.
I have
bad.
a word.
Yeah, it's bad. You have a word?
The division absolutely sucks. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
It is a shit show. And listen, the Bengals haven't been eliminated yet, you guys. They right now, they are at about a 2% chance of making the playoffs. If they lose this game, they're still not out. They're less than 1%. Do they have something to play? I'm kidding. I didn't play for. If they win, they're at a 5% chance to make the playoffs. Autumn, just kind of give me your feel on Ravens Bengals. How are you feeling about this one today?
It's a game I would much rather not even watch. I don't care for either team. Yeah. Both teams at times this season have just been really bad. I unfortunately think the Ravens will squeak one out as well. Joe Burrow, I don't understand this. I need to get back, but then I'm back and I'm not having fun. And it's like, well, no, take the season off. If you're not having fun and you're unhappy, clearly you're unhappy here. You've been hurt every season. Please do not force yourself to come back when you don't have to. But I have no faith in the Bengals defense. We talked about that, ironically enough, on my show earlier this season. That game, I think it was the Jets game, where the Jets came all the way back and beat them at the end, and their defensive players were just their offense was yelling at the defense saying you couldn't just get one stop. I think that's a very strong indicator of what could happen in this game, of like both teams' defenses are not that great. Their offenses are a little bit better. And unfortunately, I trust the Ravens offense a little bit more under Lamar Jackson than Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Lamar's had a weird year. I mean, obviously, you look at the injury or whatever. The hamstring was tough. I think is this 5 straight games for him now without more than one touchdown pass. I think that's where he's at right now. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one because it's just like you said, these two teams have been so back and forth and up and down and just ebbs and flows this season. It's been weird. It's been all over the place a little bit. I think I'm just maybe, yeah, like you said, I think I agree with you, Autumn. I trust the Ravens just a little bit more. Probably a few more weapons. I don't know I don't know where Burrow's mindset. I don't know where Joe Burrow's going to be today mentally. Listen, I get it. It's exhausting, especially with an injury like turf toes, right? Like it's hard to come back from that. It's hard to know 100% if you're 100%. Like you go out there and you just go to plant and it hurts and you're done. I think that's a taxing injury. I get it. I understand where he's at, I guess, as far as that mindset goes. Just don't know where he's going to be. Maybe when the whistle blows or whatever in the kickoff, maybe he'll be locked in. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one, I guess. Let's go to another team that's been a little weird this year. The Chiefs are going to take on the Chargers. Chiefs are hosting the Chargers in Kansas City. Kansas City somehow, what are we doing? The Chiefs are a 5.5-point favorite in this game. Haven't we seen enough from the Chiefs? And by the way, what are they this year? I think the Chiefs, I was looking at this last night. Are they 1-6 in one possession games this year? Last year, they were 11-0. So it just shows you how quickly things can go the other way. Autumn, let me start with you. I don't know, Chargers, Chiefs. You have a feel on this one?
Oh, I'm taking the Chargers all the way. The Chiefs' magic has run out. I don't understand why you don't replace Tyreek Hill. Like you knew he wanted money. You knew you couldn't pay him. Bring somebody in to replace him. Travis Kelce is not Travis Kelce anymore. He probably should have retired at the end of last season. They have shown you for the last, what are we in, like week 14, week 15?
15, yeah.
Yeah, week 15. They've shown you over the last 15 weeks that they are not the team that you thought they were last season. They're the same team that they were last season. Last season, they just got some help.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I fully think the Chargers are going to win. The Chargers kind of been up and down a little bit, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I currently trust Justin Herbert more than I do Patrick Mahomes. And that's saying a lot. And Patrick Mahomes is going to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But with the way the season has gone and the fact that him and Travis Kelce cannot get on the same page, his receivers have been down. It's just been a hot mess. I'm gonna stick with the Chargers this game.
Okay. TK, and by the way, Raul says trash. I don't think he's talking about. I think he's talking about the Ravens Bengals matchup there. By the way,
yeah.
I don't think that was in reference to our opinions because I think we're right all the time. We've never been wrong. TK, how you feel about this one, man? Chargers, Chiefs. Chiefs 5.5-point favorite at home. That blows my mind. I know they're at home. That's a tough place to play, but wow, they're kind of awful right now.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Herbie and the Chargers. Granted, they had a pretty lackluster performance themselves on Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles, but they were able to pull out that win. What I think of the Los Angeles Chargers right now is that they are also a team that needs things fixed. But at the same time, if they see other teams that are lacking in certain areas or that have simply just lost their touch, you think the Philadelphia Eagles, they're losing it right now. They are completely losing it right now. That was a game that I expected them to win as well. Yeah. They got the Colts right before Daniel Jones was exiting for the season, unfortunately for them. So I definitely think this is a time for the Chargers defense, which has come up big the last few weeks, to yet again do something great. Hey, you saw the Sunday night game in Kansas City against the Houston Texans. That defense locked up absolutely everything. Light-skinned Jesus was looking real apostle-like in that game. And it's been that way for a couple of weeks now. He still had a pretty solid season. He's putting up decent numbers for a guy of his standards. But obviously we have seen better from him in the past. and it just is not looked good at all. Travis Kelce is beyond washed up. He is washed up by the damn shore, and has been left dry. The combination of Rice,
beach whale at this point. He's just up on the shore, can't get out.
The combination of Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, and others has just not been as consistent as you would like it to be. Rashee Rice has been decent since coming back. I do think it was criminal for the snaps for Tyquan Thornton to lessen as the season went on. But you knew that was going to happen when Rashee came back. Yeah. At the same time, I definitely think the defense, while solid in KC, they're a little bit lost as well. They do certain things at inopportune times that often lead to scores or long drives, which, listen, that wasn't what you guys were doing before when we won all the Super Bowls. So it's obvious that some things have changed. I definitely think this is the time where Jim Harbaugh teams start to show exactly what they are really made of. I think this is the Chargers win today.
Okay. Well, listen, Jim Harbaugh, you would think he could be a little bit distracted because of everything going on back at his previous job, but he's not human, so he's probably not even thinking about any of that. You've got the Chargers. They've been playing well. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs have been rough. Listen, Raul says Taylor's writing the next breakup song about Travis. Well, after the Chiefs lose this game today to the Chargers, they're going to be writing a breakup song about the playoffs, right? Because they're done if they don't win this game today. They're going to need so much help. Listen, they've still got a chance. They're not going to be eliminated if they lose, but they're pretty much, for all intents and purposes, they're done if they lose this game. And I think they lose this one at home. I think the Chargers go in and handle business. I think they beat the Chiefs today.
I just hope they don't ever make a Tom Brady type run where we all thought Tom Brady was done and then he just refused to leave.
Well, listen, brace yourself. It's coming. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is going to play quarterback in probably till like 2046. I don't know if it's always going to be in Kansas City, but he's going to be out here playing forever. You're going to have to get used to that voice for like 20 more years.
I hate his voice. I hate his voice.
It's so just like right? You know it's him. It's funny. Oh, man, it's pretty bad, though. You're right. Where are we at now? We're at Buffalo at New England. We got the Bills at the Patriots. The Bills are a 2.5-point favorite on the road at New England. I don't agree with any of these lines that I'm seeing today. I'm sorry. I don't know how I get it. You got Josh Allen. You've got all the things, man. I don't know how you favor this Buffalo team going into New England where they're, led by Mike Vrabel. I mean, they're having an unbelievable season. 11-2. The Bills are 9-4. I get there right there. Whatever. I don't know. TK, I'll start with you, man. What do you think? Bills, Patriots.
I've seen this damn movie before, and I ain't falling for it. I'm taking New England at home. This is the best team in the NFL as far as I am concerned. Yeah. I definitely think if there isn't a for sure MVP winner right now, definitely be considerable of Drake May and the season that he has had so far. I do like the Bills. I do enjoy that they are getting serious at this time of the year. Granted, some of those losses at the beginning of the season, some of them were extremely asinine, especially the Monday night loss to Atlanta. And, of course, the way they blew the Sunday night game earlier this year against the New England Patriots. But at the same time, like I said, New England's the best team in the league. Would not be surprised if we had another Evil Empire Strikes Back film soon. It would relate to the New England Patriots perfectly. Give me the Pats at home.
All right, fair enough. Autumn, what do you think?
I also am not falling for it. Anytime the Bills are in a position where you're like, "Ooh, I'm excited for them to win," they do something. They also had a loss to Miami where they got blown out. Yeah. So that should show you everything
lost to the Jets as well. I mean,
they lost to the Jets. Like they're bound to just do something boneheaded. I unfortunately have to go with the Evil Empire as well. I do think that this is I could see the Bills winning it, but I don't think they're going to win it. I think the New England is going to win it. Mike Vrabel just proven that he should have probably been the Browns head coach after.
Had him in the building last year. He was in the building, Autumn.
Probably should have been the Browns head coach.
I texted TK yesterday. I said they had this guy right in the building last year. He was in Berea. And listen, he probably had no desire to take that job or to do that. But I mean, do you think there was at least a conversation behind the scenes? Like, hey, when Kevin leaves, let's talk. Like when he goes home for the day, stick around. I just have a quick question. I'm gonna kick the tires. I'm Jimmy Haslam, whatever.
Yeah, I absolutely believe they would have kicked the tires on the Mike Vrabel experiment. You look at the draft that the New England Patriots had this year. Obviously, the big fish was getting Will Campbell at the number 4 overall pick. You see how much different that offensive line has played. Do you think last year when they had Darian Lowe and Dimitri Jacobs starting games at those tackle positions, Drake May got his ass handed to him, gift wrapped and stamped. Here you go, Buster. This belongs to you. That's not happening as much anymore, even with the injury to Will Campbell. He should be back very soon. Glad to see that. We'll be glad to see that. But Mike Vrabel adds another element of toughness. He loves his offensive linemen. He loves his trench guys, period. And that was a big thing for the New England Patriots to be able to kind of nestle him away from our organization, even though I don't think RK had to do too much work to get him the hell up out of there. They could easily see that Jimmy Haslam is a goof troop and entertains the dumb shit on a regular basis. So they were willing to keep Kevin for another year. This is a guy that has won the Coach of the Year twice. Granted, I do believe he got a lot of that steam because he won in Cleveland. You go to the sorriest damn NFL city possible and you start to win games. They almost built we almost built the statue for his ass. But even more so to the point, I definitely think losing a guy like Mike Vrabel was definitely stupid. Now we got a long list of guys that we need to interview this offseason, and I gotta say I'm looking forward to it, but not really. We'll see.
I changed my mind. This is my favorite comment yet. Raul says Jimmy's going to
Yeah. Yep.
This is the Browns fan. This is the saga. That's Raul. You gotta come on the show and comment every single week.
Oh, Raul, he has a career in comedy. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
You can never not come on this show and comment again, Raul. You got to be here live with us every week, man. This is amazing. Give me New England. Give me expired rebates from Pilot Flying J. Give me whatever. Give me all of it. I need all of it. Give me New England. The Bills. Listen, I watched those 4 Super Bowls. I know that's a franchise that they get close and they're almost there. And it's like you pull the dollar away, like the guy with the fishing reel in the commercial. You almost that close. Whatever. Give me New England today. I don't think the Bills get it done. Bills are a good team. I love Josh Allen, but I just don't think there's enough around him right now to go into New England. And I think New England clinches the AFC East today.
Just think. The Bills could possibly make the Super Bowl, but something will happen against one of those teams to where they couldn't make it because the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs.
No.
So they're not going to have that in their way, and they're still going to find a way to not make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was wide open. It was right here for them. I mean, this was the year, right? Like now that we know how like you said, the Chiefs have fallen off the table. This should have been the year. And you got to be like, as a Bills fan, you got to be looking at the Patriots like, not again. Like, seriously? Like, really? This was our year, man. Makes me feel kind of bad a little bit in a way, to be honest with you. Autumn, on one of your episodes, I heard you say that a couple of the franchises that you root for are the Lions outside of the Browns and the Jets. The Bills are one of those franchises for me because I think, like, growing up, I was, like, kind of in my formative years watching them lose those 4 straight Super Bowls. And it's just like, man, you feel for them, Marvin Levy, Jim Kelly, and Thurman Thomas, all the things, man, you just watch and like, man, I wish that team could have gotten one. So it's like now somehow if this Josh Allen-led Bills squad could go back and redeem those losses, you'd feel a little bit better like that chapter got closed. But I think it's going to stay open. I don't think this is the year for the Bills anymore. I had them going to the Super Bowl. I had them actually going to the Super Bowl and losing to the Packers back. We did an NFL preseason show, and that was my pick. And the Packers are still there. The Bills are there, but they just don't look like the same 2 teams we expected them to look like now that the season's gone on and we're in week 15. So it's the Patriots again. Here we are. We're back in the mid-2000s. Yay. I just need Bill Belichick to we're on to the whatever. It's fine. Where are we at now? Let's go Commanders at Giants. This is a Commanders team that's been through a lot this year. The Giants have been through a lot too. The injury to Cam Scatterbo. These are teams that have seen some emotional injuries. I mean, obviously, Daniel's injury wasn't as bad as the Scatterbo injury. I mean, that's tough to see. It's physically tough to see. It's emotionally tough to see. You have a feeling Scatterbo's a guy who's super likable in that locker room, that franchise, in that city, and just in the league in general. It's tough to see him go down like that. I don't remember where we started. I'm going to start with you, Autumn. The Commanders at Giants. What do you think?
Oh, this is one of those games where it's like, I don't believe in both of them, but I think they're due. I think it's going to be the Giants, only because they're due. And with Jaden Daniels going down again with that elbow, I just think the Giants are due, and somehow the Giants could mess it up. I mean, we saw them earlier this season blow like a 30-point lead to the Broncos, but I honestly I have no faith in the Giants. They are one of those teams now that they're just constantly like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I do think they are due, and I think the NFC East has just been a weird division as well this season, where the teams are all terrible, but like they all win against each other and lose against each other. So I'm taking them.
Yeah, and some people say in the SEC that's because the teams are good, but I agree with you. These teams have been so weirdly bad that somehow the Eagles have a winning record, and I don't get it. You look at the numbers; they shouldn't have.
No,
it's bizarre. It's a really weird division. TK, what do you think, man? Commanders, Giants.
In this situation, I think of the half-dead corpse that is the Washington Commanders. You think about the injuries that they have had. Obviously, Zach Ertz tearing that ACL. Your filling running back, Chris Rodriguez Jr., is also hurt. And, of course, the big fish is Jaden Daniels shredding that elbow yet again. I definitely think Tommy John surgery is in his future. Hopefully this doesn't ruin his NFL future. I'm going to go ahead and go with the New York Giants on this one, even though this is basically corpse-on-corpse crime. I do think that the New York Giants have taken every stretch of the imagination to make this season as fun as humanly possible. Even at 2-11, this team still has a spine. They still have heart. They still go out there and play the game to the absolute extent of the earth, to be quite honest with you. So this is definitely a game that I expect to see them bring some of those good times. I expect a big game from Jackson Dart. Maybe you get a little something going with both Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Devin Singletary, since you're starting to get a little bit thin at the wide receiver position as well. I definitely think this is a game that the Giants could take. Could be interesting, though.
Fair enough. So Raul says the Giants owner uses Tecmo Bowl to evaluate players. I think that's highly accurate. I think that's also I think that's the same playbook that Kevin Stefanski uses when he's calling plays. So I think that's highly accurate, Raul. I can't argue with you there, bud.
I also believe that John Mara is fond of Jim Crow laws as well, but that's for another episode.
That's for another episode. I think you're right. That's for a different one. Yeah, that's for the prime time episode, I think.
What's in the air with them New York teams at this point in this era?
Don't know. The Giants have some things that you can be excited about for the future, right? They've got Cam Scatterbo coming back. Hopefully he'll be okay. They've got Jackson Dart. Brian Burns is second in the league in sacks to Myles Garrett. He's got 13 sacks. So they've got they've got a quarterback. They've got a running back. They've got an edge rusher. They probably need some help at offensive line, and they'll need some weapons for Jackson Dart going forward. But I don't know, we'll get the right guy in there, and I think the Giants could be on the cusp of turning things around and possibly even being exciting to watch over the next 3-4 years. So hopefully they can put that together. But they'll probably use Tecmo Bowl to evaluate the players and go to the draft. So Raul's right. But yeah, today I think give me the Giants. The Commanders are I don't know. I mean, I know the Giants 2-11 or whatever, but I don't know. You look at the Commanders and they're not much better than 3-10. I don't know. This is just one of those games where it's like, why are we even still playing it? So yeah, give me the Giants today. Where do we want to go next? Let's go Raiders at Eagles. Here's the line I finally agree with. The Eagles are a 12.5-point favorite at home. That finally makes sense. Even though we just talked about it, the Eagles really aren't that good, but the Raiders are equally that bad. So I don't know. I mean, TK, Raiders, Eagles, it's the tush push. It's Geno Smith with his controller upside down trying to play Madden out on the field. We talked about that's how he looks like he's playing quarterback. What do you think? Eagles, Raiders today.
Chad, I am full blown asleep on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm taking the Las Vegas Raiders today. This is just another slippery slope down the slide that the Philadelphia Eagles have gone. These fools have been on vacation mode for the better part of this season. How they have 8 wins, I do not know, but they will remain at 8 wins after this game is over. The Las Vegas Raiders absolutely have nothing to play for, but at the same time, they could still end up with the number 1 pick while embarrassing the Philadelphia Eagles on their home turf. Why the hell not? Sign me up. Kenny Pickett for $250 and 3 tutties.
Yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Autumn, what do you think? Wow, man. TK going with the Raiders over the Eagles. What do you think?
I'm not gonna do that. I unfortunately think that even with all of the drama and all of the mess, I do think the Eagles are a better team than the Raiders. Despite Jalen Hurts somehow coming out now that he's just terrible and that he's doing just bonehead things during Hard Knocks, Saquon regressing as much as he has,
Yeah.
and then of course the whole Hollywood Brown saga. I unfortunately still think the Raiders will lose. I'm going to tell you how they have 8 wins. It's because they won so much at the beginning of the season that it's just now caught up to them. That's the only reason why they have 8 wins. They won. They were like 5-0 at the beginning of the season, and then they started losing more and more and more, and the drama started coming out. I unfortunately expect them to make the playoffs, just because their division is so bad, and like I don't expect much from them in the playoffs. They've shown kind of this season that they are not a serious team, and that they need to get some things together and some people out that building.
Yeah, maybe just suffering from the Super Bowl hangover a little bit. I mean, that's the thing in the NFL. You know, it's like you work for an entire calendar year or more to get to that goal. You finally get there, and you relax a little bit. You exhale, right? Before I give you my pick, I'm going to tell you that Raul. I'll let you read that. You can read that. So speaking of the push today, hey, that's what's going on with the Eagles, right?
Oh my God.
Hey, Raul, you are a wild boy, son.
You really are.
Wild as hell.
I just
the Eagles today. I think they find a way to win. Find a way to win. They're playing the Raiders. Stop. They win today. They get to their 9th win today. The Raiders are really bad. And TK, I don't know. But then again, I don't know. We've seen some puzzling upsets this year, so maybe you're not far off.
This is the thing. The Eagles could lose out the rest of the year and still win the division. Like, it does not matter. They're the division winners because they're playing in division with the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Commanders.
Yeah, and by the way, their chances go over 95% to make the playoffs if they do win today. But they're still at about 80% with the loss. So yeah, they're right there. I mean, they've got it made. I mean, they're, like you said, they did enough early. They can, relax a little bit down the stretch. I don't know that that's necessarily the best formula to get you ready for the playoffs, but that's what they're doing right now. So that's where we are. Jets at Jaguars. Jaguars are 14-point favorite at home against the Jets. It makes sense. The Jets literally jettisoned all their defensive talent out, and then still beat the Browns. That's fine. Whatever. Autumn, what do you think? I mean, this is like one of those matchups. It's like, Jets, Jaguars. If Ryan were here, we know. I don't know if he'd pick against the Jaguars today again. We know Ryan does not want the Jaguars to win. We don't want the Jaguars to win, but it looks a little bit inevitable today against
Too
the
late.
Jaguars.
I honestly, again, I'm a person that thinks like a team is due. Unfortunately, I think the Jets are due. I have no faith in the Jaguars. Like, I don't understand how people go into a season having faith in them. I have no faith in them. They're also one of those teams that's going to drop a bonehead game of like, why are you losing to this team? I think the Jets are still just a bad team. They're just badly run from an ownership standpoint. Justin Fields had a lot of upside, had a lot of promise. Just he's been mismanaged. advantage.
Yeah.
But I'm going with them today only because the Jags are due to lose a stupid game here and there.
Okay. I can't really argue with that. Um, it's the Jets is a winnable game, Browns fans. We proved otherwise. TK,
Yeah.
yeah, well, the Browns are good at proving everything wrong, including the obvious things. TK, what do you think about this one, man? Do you even care about this one, Jets Jags?
Yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville in this one. I just need the New York Jets brass to look deep inside themselves. And even before you do all that, look at exactly who you have starting at quarterback. In what damn sense does it make for you to win this game? If y'all don't take y'all ass to 3-14 and let this run out and find that quarterback of the future. You just saw the young man Fernando Mendoza win the Heisman last night. I understand none of these men care about draft position. They have mortgages and wives and children and all that. Listen, son, this organization don't give a damn about none of that. Why are y'all winning this game? For what reason? For what reason? Go ahead and lose that game so we can figure out this draft position. You trade either one or two of them first round or both of the first round draft picks that you got, and you move up and you get that young kid from Indiana and you quit this goofy shit. Jaguars in a landslide.
And a landslide.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, even she's allergic to the Jets garbage. Yeah, it's whatever. It's contagious, I guess. Yeah, give me the Jaguars today. I mean, I like the Jets have been playing kind of tough since they made that trade. We said that's it, they're giving up, and then they've actually played pretty well since then. Listen, this is okay. Raul, you keep doing it, man. The Jets will draft Cody Kessler. Trust me on this one. I can hear that press conference in my head too. That rattles around in there. Trust me. And I fell for it. I trust him. I said he's the quarterback whisperer. How could I not trust him? It's Cody Kessler. He's the guy, 3rd round pick. That didn't work out.
I lobbied for him so hard to be our QB1 in 2017. That was one of the dumbest things I ever did.
Man, well, you fell for it too. You drank the Kool-Aid, and it was black cherry. Black cherry is my favorite Kool-Aid, by the way. It was black cherry Kool-Aid. It was nice and tasty. Hot summer day. Ice cubes in it. The ice cubes didn't even melt. 95 degrees. Where are the ice cubes going? They're still right here. You know what I mean? That's refreshing. And then you drink it, and it tastes great. And then all of a sudden you're 0-16. Whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever. Oh, and I forgot to mention, by the way, at the top of the Around the NFL segment that Atlanta did beat Tampa Bay 29-28 in the Thursday night game. Kirk Cousins threw for 373 yards in that one. But back to current affairs. Yeah, I don't know.
That division is going to eat each other alive every year.
Carolina better win out.
Yeah.
Carolina better win out.
You think so? Yeah. Well, we know how TK feels about the Panthers. If you watch the show, you know TK is he's like a Browns Panthers. He's like a Branthers fan. You know, it's like a little bit of a mix. Yeah, it's fine. Where are we at? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm trying to use the wrong mouse. I don't know what I'm doing. Where we got? Cardinals at Texans. Texans are a 10.5-point favorite at home, and this one, man, I really think the Texans are starting to get on a roll. Jacoby Brissett's been playing pretty well for Arizona. I don't know if it's going to be enough today. TK, what do you think?
Texans are burning hot, and they're in H-Town. This is a no-brainer. Houston all the way.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't even think any more needs to be said. Autumn, what do you think about that one?
Cardinals, Houston.
Yeah.
I don't have any faith in the Cardinals. Haven't had it since they drafted Kyler Murray and traded Josh Rosen, who is now getting his MBA, which shows you how fast the NFL can churn you in and spit you out.
Oof, yeah, it's it's a what have you done for me lately league, right? I saw a video this week of the Texans owner after the game. Well, I'm not sure what game it was, but he was kind of standing on the field. He was trying to give CJ Stroud a high five, and Stroud walked right by him. Inadvertently just missed him, whatever. So they made a whole video with the owner walking around the facility with his hands still up, looking for CJ Stroud, waiting to get that high five. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I think I want the Texans to win more than I ever want the Browns to win now. I'm officially a Houston Texans fan. That changed me. I'm done. Forget the orange and brown. I'm going to Energy Stadium, and that's where I'm at. And RG. I said it like the alliteration, but whatever. Yeah, give me Houston. Give me high fives. Give me whatever. Give me the owner. Give me everything. CJ Stroud to come back. Yeah, Texans all the way in this one. I don't think it's any doubt. This is kind of an intriguing matchup. I like this one for this week. Packers and Broncos. This is two teams that have been, I don't know, they've been like the Broncos. No one understands why they're winning. I think it's obvious. I think they're a pretty good football team, right? You've got Green Bay at Denver. Green Bay is actually a 1.5-point favorite on the road. Autumn, I'm going to start with you on this one. Packers and Broncos. What do you think?
I think I'm going to go Broncos only because the Packers, I also had high hopes for them, but losing to the Browns, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing? You lose to the Browns, you tie a game, you have another loss. It's like, what are you doing? The Broncos, I hate to root for Sean Payton. I genuinely don't like that man. He is also a coach that hits a plateau after a while, but I think what he's done this season with the Broncos and with Bo Nix has been really good, and I think that they are the better team than the Packers. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Hurts my heart to do it. John Elway.
Hard to pick the Broncos as a Browns
like,
fan.
I
know.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos.
The drive, the fumble, the whatever else. Yeah, I mean, I get it. TK, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to lean with the Green Bay Packers in this one. A Super Bowl 31 rematch, as we all know.
Yeah.
Just brought up John Elway, so that made me think of that. Anyway, I do think Green Bay starting to figure things out. Granted, they had the asinine losses to both us on the road in Cleveland, and obviously blowing the game against the Carolina Panthers, I think in early October. So I definitely think they're starting to right the ship a little bit. Things are starting to make sense. Jordan Love is starting to play to his caliber. Josh Jacobs is starting to wake up a little bit. You're getting good production from guys like Christian Watson and Luke Musgrave, who I gotta be honest, I thought he was buried on that depth chart with the way that Tucker Kraft was producing earlier this year, but he has found a way to make some noise in this offense.
I think you mean Ryan Moster's Pookie Tucker Kraft, by the way.
Absolutely. Stinks that he got the torn ACL, but unfortunately, hey, life goes on though. But this should be a very good game. These are both very good teams, complete teams. Granted, they both have had their share of wacky games, wacky losses, what have you. I do think this is going to be a very tight one, but Green Bay should get this one.
Fair enough. Yeah, listen, I don't know that I agree with you. The Packers are the only team in the league this year to lose to the Panthers. I am gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I gotta go with Denver too. I gotta go with Bo Nix and Sean Payton and everything that is the Denver Broncos. My cousin Nate will be happy about that pick. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos today to win at home.
There's only one other team to both lose to the Browns and the Panthers. That's the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, they did. Oh, the Dolphins lost to the Panthers as well. You're right. Yep. You're right. Well, I tried. I did try. I tried to give them credit for doing something amazing. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's something. But yeah, no, the Packers. That Browns loss still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm taking the Broncos in this one. Listen, it's 12:30, and we do always try to get out of here before that 1:00 kickoff. So I'm going to actually skip a couple of games. I don't know that we could probably do. Let's just do the Sunday night, Monday night games from here on out. Then we'll take a quick 2-minute break because no one's off this week in the NFL. It's a full slate of games, so it's taking a little bit longer to get around the NFL. I don't know. We might run out of gas. I don't know what's going to go on with the car. Doesn't get the best gas mileage, especially with the top down, the snow. It's not the best thing. So let's go with that Colts Seattle game is still kind of looming large on my mind. I think Seattle is a 14-point favorite at home. That tells you a lot about how Vegas feels about Old Man Rivers. Whatever. We don't know how that's going to go, but I think Vegas can tell you a little bit about it. It's not great. The 49ers are a 12.5-point favorite against the Titans. We agree the Titans are bad. They can only beat like very bad teams. Here we are. Anyway, Sunday night game is on Peacock this week, NBC and Peacock. The Vikings and the Cowboys. It's a weird one. The Cowboys are a weird team. They can't stop anybody from scoring, but they can score with the best of them. Dallas is actually their 5.5-point favorite at home this week. I don't know. Sunday night game. Autumn, I'm going to start with you. Vikings, Cowboys. What do you think?
I'm gonna go Cowboys. Another pick that I don't want to make. Only because JJ McCarthy, Jesus, so bad. Such an awful quarterback. Michigan really hiding him there. And then he had a quarter this season that you were like, oh my God, like Minnesota did it. They somehow lost Sam Darnold, which is again a crazy statement to say, but they came back and he just no, I'm gonna go Dallas only because JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, listen, it's a lot easier to play quarterback when you know what the other defense is going to do, right?
Yeah.
Harbaugh didn't get a 10-year show cause penalty and a $30 million fine for that program because they didn't cheat. Okay, I'm done. TK, Vikings, Cowboys. What do you think? The fighting McCarthys and the I don't know, whatever.
Jerry World.
There you go, Jerry's World.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas on this one. This offense is just a brilliant unit. Of all the things that have happened this season, I think the absolute busting out of Mad Funk that George Pickens has done this year as WR1B in Dallas has been absolutely beautiful. It's crazy that he's going to be a free agent next year, but I do think they re-signed him immediately. With the Minnesota Vikings.
By the way, TK, real quick, what's a WR1? I'm a Browns fan. I don't know. What is that? What does that mean?
Something we don't have and that we need to get in April for sure.
We've got all 4s and 5s, man. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but as far as Minnesota and their problems with I do think they continue more as the season goes on. I do think JJ can be a solid professional. It's just not clicking right now. The young man obviously had a devastating ACL tear last year.
Yeah,
he is behind schedule. I don't think it is over for him just yet, but as of so far, just about everything has been pretty bad. I expect him to struggle yet again in this game. Dallas's defense, while still for the most part very underwhelming, they're starting to get a little steam and the right time to tournament's going to come up in about a month.
If only they had an edge rusher like Micah Parsons. I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, if they could get a guy like that, then
DeMarcus Lawrence wouldn't hurt either, but
whatever.
Garrett Jones.
Yeah. You taking Dallas in this one? Okay. Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy's going to make one of those weird faces in the locker room. It's not going to make a difference. Listen, TK, I think he can be a great professional too. There's all kinds of cities all over this great country that need a guy in a State Farm office. He could be an excellent insurance salesman. I think he'd be fine. He'll be a very good professional, not so much a quarterback. I think the Dallas Cowboys today. They are a 5.5-point favorite at home for a reason. So, all right, the Monday night matchup. Two teams I don't know. Do we care about the Dolphins at all? We don't care about the Steelers. We know that. Miami at Pittsburgh. So the Fighting Tomlins are going to take on the Miami Dolphins. Listen, these are two teams that I think are I don't know, at least the Dolphins they're playing for Mike McDaniel right now. I think the Dolphins have shown you how that locker room feels about Mike McDaniel as a head coach and as a person, right? Ever since the hot seat talk came, they've been hot. I mean, they got hot. So I think that kind of shows you maybe you keep Mike McDaniel around if you're Dolphins ownership. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what you do. It seemed like it was getting stale at this certain point, but then all of a sudden they've turned it back on. So now it's kind of intriguing a little bit, this matchup. All right. So Raul's been watching some social media videos. I can't think of the guy's name, but Steelers 50 billion. Steelers by 50 billion. Oh, anyway, they'll beat the Dolphins 50 billion to 2. I think that's a pretty accurate score prediction. I don't know. I'm gonna start with you, TK. Dolphins at Steelers. What do you think?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and take the Miami Dolphins in this one. Steelers are probably the most wishy-washy NFL team in the NFL this season, other than the Carolina Panthers. Both division leaders, surprisingly. I don't really have too much faith on this 2018 All-Pro team that they have assembled. I definitely think it's going to start to show within these last couple of weeks here.
These guys used to be good. Let's get them on the squad, right? Like,
right.
Oh,
These guys were good once upon a time. Now they're just all old. And
Santonio Holmes. Let's get him.
But yeah, I definitely think the Miami Dolphins are very hot right now. They want everything to stay the same, even though I think a few things are definitely going to have to change. Mike McDaniel being the head coach of that organization is not one of them, especially if they win today, which I think they will. I definitely think this team is feeling themselves. Whether or not they make the tournament, I don't think truly matters that much because I think everyone in that locker room realizes that, hey, we started this season off absolutely terrible. Starting off 2-6, getting your doors blown off by the worst offense in the history of the game, in the Cleveland Browns, when we blew their doors off of them by 30-something points or whatever the hell that was. So, I definitely think they have cleaned up their act. They want to show the world, hey, we are a solid NFL team. Granted, we some sleeping motherfuckers, and we want to wait until the end of the season to start acting like we got some sense and we know how to play the game. We can show you that we can do just that. And we do like our head coach, so there's no reason to get rid of him.
Yeah. Hey, listen, TK, if it was 1961, this Browns offense wouldn't be that bad. I mean, just saying.
No, this offense would be worse than the league as well.
Well, that'd be worse than the league. You're right. Yeah, comparatively speaking, it would still be 1961 bad. You're right.
Yeah, Jim Brown would have had 1,600 yards by week 11, and we'd be still trying to find our first 500-yard rusher 2 weeks after that. This offense is absolutely garbage, and we need real makeover bad.
But at least it's fun to watch now with Shador back there behind center. It's fun to watch. It's actually it's evolved, right? And this is where they need to develop him and move forward. Anyway, Autumn, I'm going to go to you. Dolphins, Steelers, the Monday night game. How do you feel about this matchup? What do you think? Who you got?
I unfortunately think the Steelers will win this one only because the Dolphins, when they play in cold weather, for some reason cannot win. They go to a cold climate every single year. Well, every year the Tua has been quarterback. Anytime they're in a below 50-degree climate, outside of Miami Gardens, they just find a way to lose. I do believe Mike McDaniels will be the head coach at the end of the season. I never thought he was the issue with the Dolphins. I still think the issue with the Dolphins is Tua. I think he does not need to be quarterback. I think he needs to rest. He needs to retire. That brain is going to be mush in about 5 years.
Yeah.
I think we know they lost Tyreek Hill earlier this season. I don't think he's not going to be here by next season. I think he's going to be somewhere else completely. But as hot as they are,
maybe not even in the NFL.
Yeah, he most likely won't be in the NFL. Yeah. But as hot as Miami is, they are also a team that's going to plateau. So they're probably going to go 8-9. Or 9-8. They're not going to make the playoffs. And Mike McDaniel is going to keep his job, but I think they are going to move on from Tua as quarterback because they need to. He is the thing that is keeping them from being better than what they can be.
Yeah. Well, listen, McDaniel might be on the hot seat Monday night because Raul says he's going to wear the thermal capris. So, listen, that's a little bit different kind of a hot seat. I don't know where that heat comes from in those thermal capris. I don't know how you keep the shins warm. I'm not really sure how that works. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a toss-up. Pittsburgh's a 3-point favorite at home. I think it's because of the cold weather. I'm gonna go Steelers because of the cold weather. You're right, Autumn. The Dolphins are absolute garbage under 40 degrees. Terrible. I think that stays. A little concerned about T.J. Watt and the collapsed lung from the needle treatment. I was trying to look up some of that to see how that works or whatever. That's kind of a scary thing. It's weird that we've had that happen a couple of times now in the NFL over the last 8 to 10 years where a guy has a collapsed lung from, some type of treatment for an injury. Like, man, maybe you're just better off having your back sore. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers in that game. Listen, that has been our little road trip around the NFL. We were very, very happy to have Autumn Chisholm with us for this trip. That was so much fun. Listen, we love the little Inside Edge Network vehicle. But listen, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about Myles Garrett and the sack record that's kind of looming. He's got 20 sacks right now, leads the NFL. Franchise record for the Browns, by the way, 20 sacks. He's trying to get to 22.5. We think he can make it. I wonder if he's going to make some progress today. We don't know. We'll talk about that. We've got one more comment here before we take a break. I want to get that because, yeah, exactly. Yeah, TJ, he got the Tyrod Taylor treatment, unfortunately. Those two guys are known for that now. That's what happens, unfortunately. But, yeah, let's get out of here. Like I said, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. And we will be back. We'll talk about Myles Garrett. We'll get into the keys for victory for both of these teams, for the Browns and the Bears. And we'll give our score prediction right here on the Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show on the Inside Edge Network, brought to you by LPV Productions. Back in 2 minutes. Whew. Welcome back to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. Man, good luck, Phillip Rivers. I just had to run down the hallway, and I'm out of breath. So good luck today, man, with the Colts. I don't know. Whew, I need a minute. All right, so we're back, first of all. I don't know if I'm back yet, but we're back. At least the show's back. I'm halfway here. But, yeah, we got to talk about Myles Garrett because I'm trying to scroll. It's not working. It's not really working at all. There's another reason to watch the Browns today, right? You got Myles Garrett trying to make progress toward this all-time sack record. I don't know. Do you think is he going to get there? Listen, he's got a chance. Let's be honest. They have 4 games left. The defense is going to be on the field. We know that. Shedeur Sanders is moving the ball. They're not really a ball control type of offense, really. So I think Myles Garrett's going to get plenty of snaps down the stretch. The key is obviously remaining healthy. You got to stay healthy. You got to be on the field. But it almost feels inevitable at this point, right? The Bears complete overhaul of the offensive line. They do a pretty good job of protecting Caleb Williams. I think this isn't like a team where you look and you go, okay, the obvious weakness here is the offensive line, right? You don't really say that when you look at the Bears. But if he gets a sack or 2 today, obviously he's right there. And then he's got 3 games to get basically 1 sack. And you're just looking at pretty. So listen, before I get your guys' take, let's get Double A. Let's get our producer Double A's take. We want to hear from Anthony Alford. We haven't heard from him for a little bit. So let's take a few minutes to get Double A's take on this, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of talk about Myles Garrett. And then like I said, we'll quickly get to keys to victory, real quick score prediction, and we'll get out of here so you guys can go watch kickoff in just a few minutes here.
Hello, everybody. Happy Brown Sunday and Sunday morning. It's a big day, even though it's really cold out there. It's even colder in Chicago. Saw it was, 7, 8 degrees over there in Chicago. This is real football weather freaking hate that term. Every weather condition is good football weather. I hate that term. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional. My guy John Cena retired last night. I'm sorry I'm a little emotional. But today's a big day for Myles Garrett, who I would imagine, I mean, obviously, Hall of Famer. Today he could solidify his case not only as a first ballot Hall of Famer, but also perhaps by season's end, the greatest defensive end in the history of football. He needs today 3 sacks to pass Michael Strahan and TJ Watt for the all-time sack record. He really needs 2.5 to tie. He needs 3 to get the all-time season record. Now, the challenge is not going to be easy. This Chicago team faced Green Bay and Micah Parsons last week. They actually got him again next week. And Micah Parsons had 0 sacks. So the task will not be easy. The injury report across the board for the Cleveland Browns is not favorable either. But for Myles Garrett, his situation here, if you want to put a relationship status between Cleveland Browns fans and Myles Garrett, it's complicated. We know what he did earlier in the year, the whole media tour of he wanted to be out of Cleveland, he wanted to compete for a Super Bowl title. He basically rather play anywhere else, and he did a whole media tour. And then the Browns offered him more money. And it's like, you know what, I'll stay. I hate him. I don't like him for that. Hate's too strong a word. I don't like him for that. But I can't say he's not playing his tail off. I can't say he's not giving his best effort. I mean, the fact is, he is only 3 sacks away from breaking the all-time NFL season sack record. And if he does it by week 17, he will do it in the same time frame as Michael Strahan and TJ Watt did it. 2021, I think TJ Watt did it. 2001 with Michael Strahan. Fact check me on those years if I got that wrong. But this is a big day. Hopefully the Browns get the W, obviously. But Myles Garrett, can he get the sack record? We'll see.
Hey, that's Double A's take. And listen, as far as the John Cena retirement, I didn't see it. Anyway, that was sorry. Okay, well, we're back from Double A's take. Yeah, listen, I agree. Like you said, it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion that he's going to get there today or even get a sack. His pressure rate was actually pretty low against the Titans last week. And you've got a little bit more of a mobile quarterback in Cam Ward as well. And Raul's right here with us still. He says Myles' production is going to shrink due to the cold weather. Signed Mary Kay. I don't know how we brought Mary Kay into this, but yeah, listen. That's a valid thing. Cold weather causes things to be more difficult, I'll say. I don't want to go that route, but I don't know how to get around this. I don't know how to get out of this anymore. I'm stuck. Listen, it's going to be tough. It's you ever try to tackle someone in the cold weather? Like, it just feels different. It's like, it doesn't matter who it is. It's like tackling a cinder block, when it's this cold, 9 degrees with the wind chill below 20. DK, you're dressed for it. I mean, you're in the, you look like you're bundled up over there. You're already ready for the game. Yeah, listen, what do you think? I mean, do you guys think that, like, I'll start with you, TK. Myles Garrett makes some progress toward that record today, or are we just kind of like, maybe this isn't the week? And be real quick, we got to get out of here by 1 o'clock, so real quick.
Yeah, I absolutely think this is a week that he can make progress. I look at that offensive line, especially 2 tackles in Taylor Bennett and Darnell Wright, and I definitely think they can receive a little bit of work from Myles Garrett. I expect him, honestly, to get those 3 sacks in this game at some point or some time. Granted, the Tennessee Titans last week did a wonderful job of getting the ball out of Cameron Ward's hands very quickly, and Dan Moore played one of his best games ever as a starting left tackle in the NFL. So I definitely think he can make progress. I expect a 3-sack game. Will it happen?
Okay. Autumn, what about you? Do you think we'll be excited to get to watch Myles Garrett get that sack record in a 31-13 loss today, or no?
I think he'll get close to it. I think he will either get the record or tie it by the end of the season with the rate that he's going. Because it's cold outside today, honestly, I've been to Chicago. I've been to Chicago in the winter. It's not fun. That wind chill off the lake. And we all know in Ohio, like, it's not going to be fun to be out there. I think he will get at least 1.5 sack today, or at least a half sack today, because he's just that powerful. But yeah, I think he's gonna, by the end of the season, that he's gonna have that record, or at least tie it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm looking forward to, like I said, it's just it's another reason to watch the Browns, or it's, I mean, it's fun to watch Shador develop now. I think that's great. The offense looks a little better, whatever. So I just listen. We were going to talk about today, and I'll put the slide up. We were going to talk about this. So I'm going to skip over it. Just you can think about it at home, and maybe if you want to comment on any of our social medias, you can tell us why the Browns roster can't win. It's like, are they cursed? Is it the land, the stadium? Is it Art Modell? Is it whatever it is? I think this is a great score prediction from Raul. Bears 5, Browns 3. That sounds about right. Listen, you had about a foot of snow into this mix, and then it would be I think it would be like a 5-3 game. But like I said, we're going to keep it moving because let's get to the Browns' keys to victories. I mean, how do you go win a cold weather game at Soldier Field? Autumn, I want to start with you. What do the Browns need to do to get out of Chicago with a win against this pretty good Bears team today?
Well, we know the ball is going to feel like a rock, literal rock today. So the key to victory, I think, is to keep the Bears from scoring. Your defense has to make stops. We know the Browns' offense is going to stop themselves. That's just something that's going to happen. We've seen it all season. It's the key to the game. The key to winning is stopping the Bears. That's it. Because it's going to be a low-scoring game because it's so cold outside and it's windy and it's possibly snowing. So you can't really prevent that part. You can get stops. And I think if the Browns defense actually comes through and gets the stops, I think they can win this game. Again, I've seen them. They're trying. They just don't know what to do.
Yeah. The Browns defense, their defensive effort has been amazing, but they're a little bit backwards. So as we talk about the bend but don't break defenses, the Browns are like a break but don't bend defense. Like they struggle getting the stops at the end of the game. They struggle with not giving up a ton of weird touchdowns in certain games. The Ravens back earlier in the season is one that I'm thinking of, where they actually play pretty well. They outplay their opponent, but they get outscored. And it's really like this break but don't bend defense. They'll give up 180 yards and 4 scores. It doesn't make any sense. TK, what are your Browns' keys to victory today? Oh, you muted yourself, bud.
Whoopsie, sorry about that.
We want to hear your lovely voice, man. We don't want to hear you on mute.
Keys to victory for me, we definitely got to push the pocket. Caleb Williams makes entirely too much magic, especially outside of the pocket. But he has gotten better with his inside of the pocket game as well. That's what he was basically, heralded on when he was at USC and Oklahoma. So he definitely got to do that. This run game of Chicago's is absolutely menacing. It's not even DeAndre Swift by itself. Kyle Monunga, 7th round pick out of the University of Texas, is a star in the making. The way they abused that Philadelphia Eagles defense on Black Friday was absolutely stunning. It was like a reincarnation of watching Goliath get his ass kicked by David again. It was ridiculous. I mean,
I thought I was the oldest guy. Okay, all right, you were there.
Yeah. It was really crazy just to see exactly how Ben Johnson has this run game so juiced up beyond belief. You don't think the world of that offensive line either. Outside of guys like maybe Joe Tooney and Drew Dahlman. Granted, Darnell Wright has been decent as a right tackle for the Chicago Bears since being the 10th overall pick in 2021. But this isn't an offensive line that's going to knock your socks off. But that run game, man, something special. And we just got ripped open for 200 yards on the ground last week at home against the Tennessee Titans. Stop that run or we're going to get blown the hell out in the cold weather game. And third and most importantly, find some type of balance. It's a 9-degree day. Wind chill is -20. I don't want to see Shador throwing the football 40 times. His hands are going to be bricked by the start of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Quinshawn Judd, somebody has to get that run game popping. They got to get Quinshawn loose. They got to get Dylan loose. They got to find holes somewhere within this defense. A lot of things have to be done today. but those are the big ones for me. Push the pocket, stop the run, and again, find some balance in this cold weather game. Try not to turn the ball over.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So are we all kind of in agreement that the Bears' key to victory, the main one, is just showing up to Soldier Field? I think that's kind of like the biggest thing. You just show up and you could probably beat the Browns. Is there anything in particular, TK, I'll start back with you first. Anything in particular the Bears need to do? I mean, I think probably going to have to run the football. They're pretty good at that. The Browns have shown their propensity lately to get beat by the run. What do you think?
As wishy-washy as this defensive line has been for the Cleveland Browns lately, especially with the injury to Malik Collins, that was huge. He's going to be missed for sure. They still have the potential to be very dangerous. Obviously, you have the best sack artist in the game today in Myles Garrett. You still have Mason Graham, who has been solid as a 3 technique for this team. You have the other end, Alex Wright, who is back. Granted, he only has 3.5 sacks on this year. He is a wonderful run defender. Has 34 TFLs on the season, which is astronomical considering the low number of sacks that he has. He is still able to get in that backfield and create a lot of havoc. So, yeah, it's going to be quite a battle for these 2 tackles. Like I said, Taylor Bennett, Darnell Wright, definitely going to have a little bit of work ahead of them. The interior of this offensive line, Joe Tooney, Drew Dolman, and I believe Ryan Bates is going to be that right guard for this game today. They're going to have to keep Mason Graham and possibly Shelby Harris. We might have a Maurice Hurst sighting today. We signed him back in the spot. I don't know if he's an active. Took a look at that before the show. That's my fault. But, yeah, you got to contain this defensive line. Granted, they've been wishy-washy. They still have the potential to be very dangerous.
Okay. Besides just showing up, Autumn, and wearing the same uniforms, what do the Bears have to do to beat the Browns today?
Honestly, that's pretty much what they have to do. But I think to beat the Browns, you just got to capitalize on the Browns' mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. Every team makes mistakes, but the Browns make bonehead mistakes. And if you capitalize on the turnovers, they're going to turn the ball over. Shador's still a rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. Like, one of the running backs is going to drop a ball here and there. So if they capitalize off the mistakes, capitalize off the turnovers, and just kind of take advantage of the Browns' weaknesses, they're going to win.
Fair enough. All right. It's that time. It is that time. Let's get our score predictions. Autumn, I'm going to start with you. You are the guest on this week's show. We've appreciated having you. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you've had as much fun as we've had having you. Anyway, give us a score prediction. What do you think? Bears-Browns today.
I was going back and forth with this. I don't know if I want the Browns to win. I think the Browns can win just because it's cold, but I think I'm going to give the Bears an edge. I think it's going to be 10-7 Bears. Okay. I do not think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's cold. It's windy. It's Chicago, Cleveland. 10-7 Bears.
Okay. TK, what do you think, man?
I'm going to go a little bit higher with that, but still keep it on the low scoring tip. We're going to go Chicago 17, Cleveland 14.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I think I'm right along kind of just the same realm. I was going to say 17-13 Bears. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. I think, in fact, it's going to be very low-scoring at halftime. Unless the Bears just come out and rip the Browns up in the running game, then we could see like a 31-7 type of thing. But, yeah, I think 17-13, 17-5, I think that's a good range. 10-7 is not far off from where we are. Autumn, I think we're all kind of on the same page on that one. But unfortunately, I do think the Bears get the win today in Chicago on a very, very cold day. Listen, guys, thank you so much for watching the Cleveland Browns, the Inside Edge Network Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. Again, as always, we're brought to you by LPV Productions. Huge special thank you to our special guest, the knower of ball, the knower of all, Autumn Chisholm. We appreciate having you on the show this week. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us. Like I said, I hope you had as much fun being with us as we had having you on the show. It was great. TK, for TK Dandridge and for Autumn, I'm your host, Chad Bryan. Go enjoy kickoff. We probably made you miss it, but that's okay. We're more entertained than the Browns. Listen, go enjoy that game. Go watch the cold weather game. They're fun to watch. Hopefully it snows a bunch. Don't know what it's going to do, but it'll at least be fun to watch the cold, windy, 20 below. I think that's good football weather. It's fun to watch, whatever that means. So again, until next week, remember, While you're checking out the Inside Edge Network, remember to check out shows like ours, the League of Formation, and Autumn and Christie's, Jersey Chasers. Don't forget to pick up Ryan Mosser's, the Commissioner's Couch. There's just so many good shows on this network. So many talented people. It's been a pleasure to work with another one. Autumn, it's been great to have you on the show. So until next Sunday, guys, on the next pregame show, or until we see you on Legal Formation, take care. Enjoy this Browns football. Enjoy some actual good football later on. See you next time. Bye-bye, guys.